What's up, guys, and welcome back for another Nomadic mining episode. We're going to do a few systems in this one. We're going to go ahead and get started on this first one. This system is actually pretty interesting, and I'm going to set up an orbit here since we've got a rat on grid here. But this system only has one asteroid belt in it. But we're going to try to hit 3 systems here, get a cycle in each, and mark those off the list. So far, this system's pretty low pop. Got about 7 people in local, including myself. There's a rat. He is red boxing me now. We can turn this prop mod off now. Just want to kind of get up to speed a little bit on that orbit. But we got some NPC miners out here and retrievers. Got some Hornets on D-scan and a Gnosis, Orthos, and a Camarant out here. Kind of look around and see what's going on. This rat shouldn't cause us any problems. Really, we're just waiting for the 144 seconds here, and then I've already got the route all keyed up, or the waypoints. So once this cycle gets done, we can just kind of go to the next one. And I've been kind of just working on this constellation. It's kind of the idea. We're going to be leaving the Orca kind of in place here, and kind of work systems that are within 2 jumps of where we kind of base the van out of. But other than that, all progress is doing pretty well. By the time we get through the 3rd system, we should be pretty much full on the prospect here. Let's go and run the prop mod again, just to, be a little zoom. He's barely doing any damage to me anyway. Got me at like 98% shields. Now we can just go super fast. This system is also, I've seen, since it only has like 1 belt, the Autothesian Lancer is actually, come to this belt a little bit. We might see a few of those guys in our travels. Those are really interesting NPCs because they like go around and pick up corpses, or they'll scan ships for corpses, which I think is pretty interesting. Alright, this cycle is almost done. And then we'll cut lasers and warp to the next gate. Get rid of this, get away with this rat. Alright, that's done. Let's go to warp tab. Go ahead and jump. Not too much of a deviation. We'll go ahead and put this system in our spreadsheet. And head to the next one. The reason I'm using the prospect instead of like the skiff or whatever, it's just because, since we're jumping around quite a bit, since we're, basing the Orca out of one kind of location and then just, going basically 2 jumps out in every direction, it just makes it a lot quicker. Let's see what kind of, a lot of asteroid belts here. We're going to pick one, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to go ahead while we're warping here. Go ahead and get this system name into the spreadsheet. Pull it up. Not counting this system, we got still 1,174 systems left to go. So go ahead and grab this Feldspar. I'm gonna go prop mod just to get close to it, and once we get close to it, we'll orbit it. This is a 0.7. I think this is probably the lowest we've been so far. Once we get within 10, we'll start the orbit, and we'll turn these lasers on. That way we can actually see what's going on in D-scan. There's absolutely nothing going on. We got a Venture out there and a Camarant. That Camarant was the one that was in the system we were in. And we got about 10 people in local, including myself. Go F9. I want to kind of check out where we're at. We're a pretty good distance out here from all the other gates. We're in range of one of the gates. But all the other ones were in pretty good, decent distance here. That's what I like about these. There's some really big systems in high sec that have like 20 plus, 25 plus belts that they can be like 160 or something AU from one end to the other. And those are really interesting actually to mine in, because you can put yourself really far away from gates. There's some low sec systems like that So those systems I really like to mine in, because I can go mine in a belt that's really far away. So like if people come into the system, they can't immediately see you. That's a really good it's a really good situation to be in. Alright, we're about halfway through this cycle here. This system should be pretty chill as well. The thing about the 0.8s and 0.7s is we're just going to have rats kind of follow us around. I mean, it's where they really start to kind of pop out at. And if you're in like a 0.5, 0.6, it's even more so. You'll get more than just one frigate too when you start to get into like the 0.5s, 0.6s. I turn the prop mod on just because our orbit's going through this rock right here, so it helps us kind of like get past the bounce a little bit. Like that, so we don't get necessarily stuck there too much. We're essentially just going after Veldspar, because if we do decide to use the Veldspar instead of selling it, and I've been just kind of putting all the Veldspar in the Orca, and we're kind of just saving it. We're gonna compress it, and then when we get to a certain amount, we'll look for decent buy orders to sell them to, maybe out of like Dodixie or Hex, whatever trade hub we're essentially close to. Alright, this system is done. Going to jump to the next, and then that means we can label this one as done as well. And then we can probably go ahead and start typing into the filter this next system. Which is also going to be a 0.7 as well. And this will be the last cycle we'll do for this episode. And we'll take all this ore back. Not quite fill up. I think it takes about 4 cycles to fill up completely. But we're not necessarily worried about the ISK. We're just worried about actually just getting the cycle. Just going to pick one random. Go ahead and go Covert Cloak on this. We got 11 in system. Counting myself. Got a Venture, the same Venture as the other system. Actually, no, D-Scan just updated. No, he's there. Interesting NPCs over here. We're about like 1 jump from a pirate stronghold as well. So, these are really small rocks. We're going to stay cloaked until we get close, and then we're going to orbit on this one. We got 2 rats here, so really shouldn't be a problem. Once we're at 15, actually we can drop and throw the prop mod on, which will just speed everything up. These rocks are probably going to be pretty tiny. Alright, let's drop that, go prop mod on, and then target once we're able to. And then we can set orbit there and get those lasers on. 144 seconds, we'll be done with this one. Go and look at the system here a little bit. Got a Mackinac out there, Orthos, Corax. Still pretty chill. 11 other people. I think this is what I like about this kind of like task I'm doing with this, as opposed to like solo mining. That series, we basically just kind of set up shop in a system, and we just every day go out and mine. And it's very very structured, very stable, or a lot of stability there. With this, we're able to just travel around and see different areas, and just I think that's probably like the biggest benefit. We're not necessarily stuck in one place, and there's a lot of security. Like when you're moving around a lot like this, there's a lot of security and making yourself a hard target, so to speak, because if you're mining every single day very, very consistently in the same system, people will start to notice, and then they will start to like kind of map your patterns or your schedule. So nomadic mining, in a way, you can go into systems that maybe have more ganker people than normal, but if you're always moving, then people are going to have a very difficult time kind of figuring out what your next move is going to be, especially if you're always on the move. So there is quite a bit of security in operating kind of like that. I've never really operated like that before. This will be the first time that I've actually traveled to this many systems. in such a short amount of time. I've always usually historically been find a system that I like, kind of hang out in there. If there's a pirate stronghold or if there's a gang fleet going through there, then I just don't mind. I just wait. But this allows me to just kind of keep on going and just, keep mining, keep moving, keep traveling. And it's all in like the spirit of, exploration and stuff like that too. So what we'll do here is we're going to probably get this cycle complete, and then we'll be able to head back to where our Orca is, which is where we started, and then basically set up for our next little kind of leg. Probably move the Orca a couple times, but that'll be probably in the next episode. We'll kind of move off and go somewhere else. Alright, that is that. Then we're going to start to head back. Go and set my destination. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.